Here's a little video of the project that I'm doing on my building I live in. This is the back of my building. It's an old 125. It was made around 1890. I bought it like this. These windows had been replaced a long time ago. And the water used to come in on this side of the building, but it was bad when I bought the place, so I had this parking lot, got a backhoe in and dug it up, and I replaced the water line in and the sewer line out, and I put the water in over on this side of the building. As I'm redoing the floor, you see I've got my water heater out here. I don't know if it's still good or not, but I may reuse it. Anyway, the kitchen, the back, there's this main floor is my office that I work out of, and my apartment is up there. The apartment is about both floors are about 2,100 square feet each. Upstairs is a big kitchen, one bedroom, a changing closet room, and then a massive living room. It's really quite cool, I think. But there was water damage. Apparently water ran underneath this thing for years when the water came in here, and the joists are just rotten. And over on this side over here, the floor has raised 2 inches above. The walls have raised up above the floor, so we're going to jack it back up over here and put blocks in. We're replacing a bunch of joists here, and we're going to scab a bunch of boards in back farther, and then hopefully get our kitchen put back in down. We have a kitchen up and a kitchen down. It's kind of cool. But I'll show you more here in just a sec of what's going on the inside. Real quick, I wanted to show you the joist that we've taken out. It's just rotten. You can just pick it up. Some of the places you can just break it up. It's just purely rotten. It's awful. And that's what was holding my walls up, I suppose. We've got the floor up here. We saved a little bit of the floor. Hopefully we won't have to replace that. This entire room, practically we had to pull the floor up. And you can see new joist over here. And they stop right there. We're going to just scab in some 2x12s for about 5 or 6 of them. And then over here they're a little bit sturdier. I've got a bunch of 2-foot pieces that I cut off of the end of these 2x12s. And we're just going to scab them in by the block brick wall, because just as the joist comes in from the wall, they're kind of rotten, but the rest of it ain't too bad. So we're going to scab that in, put blocks under them, and then in the center we're going to put another block under it just to sturdy them up. There was a brick wall underneath where the joist went, right here going along this way. But they did some work some years ago, and the brick wall is not even there for part of it. I guess at the time the joists were good, so they didn't worry about it, but we're going to just put blocks up there. Wherever the brick wall is, we just put the 2x12 up on it, but we'll have to just use blocks in the center. And then over on the other side, back there, where the wall has come up this far, we're going to jack that up and then put blocks underneath those. And we may scab in a couple of 2x12s along the way, just for safety's sake. And then we can start back putting. We're going to have to rip the rest of this down. It was completely rotten in spots. These boards were totally rotten. So we replaced that to hold the walls up. And then once we get a piece of floor down, first piece of 3/4 inch, then we'll rip the rest of this off. We've got to replumb. All the plumbing that somebody had put in was on the outside instead of putting it inside. And the electrical too, it was hideous looking. So my buddy and I, he's an electrician, and we've both played with the low plumbing, so we're going to try to do that ourselves. Anyway, that's where we stand. If you have any questions or you want more details, I'll try to do a little bit better. I just wanted to throw one up here, and I'll show you more progress as we go.